Hey everybody, I'm Alikona Bradford and I'm back again to do a focus feature this time. We're going to be doing brows on Lika. I know a lot of times us ladies have a hard time figuring out how to get that perfect brow, especially with the arch. A lot of times people will over pluck and give themselves a curved brow rather than that nice angle. So I'm going to show you today how you can do that. So I have one brow that's already done, so you can see where we're going with it. I've already groomed it. We're going to go ahead and groom this one. I'll fast forward a little bit, but just so you guys can get an idea of where you should be plucking. You want to pluck also up here. This is going to clean everything up a little bit, and you want to yank outward. That way you're not pulling too hard. Now this brow doesn't have a whole lot of hair under here, so it's not too big of an issue. We're going to get the stragglers underneath. We'll get them as close as possible, but for most people our faces aren't symmetrical, so one brow is generally always higher than the other. So now we are going to pluck on top of the brow, because this can change and alter the shape of the brow. And again, this is where most ladies don't think to pluck. Plucking up top here so it brings the brow down, and then plucking here to create a nice angle. So a trick you can do is you can also draw, like with a white pencil, you can draw your brow of where you want everything to be. And that's also very helpful too. You want to make sure that you're always plucking down in this region too, because when you put makeup on top of hair, it creates texture, so it can give the illusion of an older eye by doing so. And none of us ladies like to add age onto ourselves. It's also clipping some of the brow hairs. So we're going to brush it up. A lot of times people will over pluck their brow because their brows are really dark and heavy, so they feel like if they keep plucking it's going to look skinnier. But in essence, all you really have to do is just trim some of the length off of the hair. So again, we're going to go in a downward angle as we're doing that. Boop. And boop. There we go. Now we're going to fill in using a pencil. I like to use a pencil because it creates shape. Sometimes if your brows are really thick, it's nicer to use a powder because it'll look more natural. Alright, so I'm starting with the arch and then pulling it down, lengthening it out a little bit, giving it a nice clean line. And I'll go back with powder still with her brow, just so I can make it softer. Forward. Now I always start underneath here, giving this a nice clean line. And then filling in. So if you guys have that kind of scoop in your brow and it hooks a little bit, the way to solve that and give it a nice angle like this is to fill in. We always pluck here for some reason thinking it's going to give a higher arch. And it really changes the shape of the brow to where it's not quite as natural when you do that. See? So we filled it in and now she's got that nice angle because we gave her some height over here. And now I'm just filling in the sparse areas. Nice clean brow, filling it in with some powder, and then I'll actually use some concealer. It's a great little trick that most people don't really think about, but concealer will help contour the brow and give it a crispness that you don't get without it. So taking my brush and just kind of working the product into her brow. Alright, so let's go with the concealer. I'm going to start first by using a pink undertone concealer. Go ahead and close your eyes. Just because it will neutralize any darkness around the eye. If you use yellow right away, it can make the eye look a little bit ashy or just gray. It'll also accentuate any dark circles. So I got my pink on. Now I'm going to go with the yellow underneath the arch of the brow. Yellow is a great color, regardless of your skin tone. Now if you are a little bit darker complected, you'll want to take your red concealer under the brow first and then go with your yellow to avoid the ashiness. But if you have a very fair complexion, you can just go right away with the yellow. And then I like to go up top as well. So I'll clean this and then we'll go right in here. Bam! Just like that. And now she has a lovely, clean, beautifully arched eyebrow. You can set it with some clear powder. I'm going to use something that has a little bit of a yellow tone as well, but it's up to you. Whatever your preference is, just a little bit. to set everything so it's not wet on her skin. All right, there you go, your perfectly arched eyebrow. And my name is Alikona Bradford, and you can find a new video every Thursday at 8 p.m. on my channel. You can also follow me on Kiss My Passport, or excuse me, at Kiss My Passport on Twitter or on Facebook at Alikona Bradford. And I'm always up for recommendations, or if you guys have questions, please feel free to message me. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.